We're in the hills of Austin, Texas, checking out the second floor balcony view of this amazing floor plan with DreesHomes. So many great parts of this plan. Stay tuned for the full walkthrough. Hey everyone, Raj Sahu here, realtor in Central Texas, back with another model home walkthrough. Today we're going through the Somerville plan with Drees Custom Homes. This plan is over 4,400 square feet when you do some of the upgrades that are shown in this model home. It makes it a 5-bedroom, 5.5 bathroom home with a 3-car garage. And this is a great floor plan that's offered in many communities around Austin. And finally, we're starting to see some to-be-built options coming back, meaning a lot of the options that I'll discuss with you throughout this walkthrough could be possible when you're building from scratch. And when you see a plan like this and you see the amount of options that are offered, it's really exciting to know that that option is coming back, where I think the beauty of building your home is you can pick a lot of the upgrades and really make this home yours. And to be able to do that with Drees, it's a really exciting time. Focusing in on the plan here, I want to show you the front door was that great double door. It actually opens up to the second story when you first walk in. We will go back there to kind of show some of the rooms around there, and I'll show you the open to the second story. But I want to go right to the kitchen on this plan because I love what they did here with the waterfall island, the two-tone kitchen cabinets, and this massive island that's here. This is what I think Drees does so well, where the kitchen is wide open. You have lots of different design options, and then you have a very tall ceiling height. As you can tell, the upper cabinets don't even touch the ceiling in this kitchen, and that allows you to do different design elements like do a vent hood as you see here, and then run the backsplash all the way up to the ceiling. You don't even have to necessarily do it over the upper cabinets. I just think that that's a model home touch. If that's something that you like, you certainly have that option, but I think even just running it all the way up to the ceiling and following that vent hood looks fantastic. In fact, when you turn the corner to this home and you look over at the kitchen, I think it's one of the first things that you notice. Great touches in here, and we're going to try to cover all of them. So let's start in the pantry of all places, where before we get to the pantry, they have this area for a Butlers Pantry, which I think is fantastic. Sometimes I see builders offer a Butlers Pantry option, but it's kind of scrunched into the corner somewhere, or it takes a lot of space out of the pantry. With this plan, as you can tell, they have a good amount of space there for that Butler's Pantry, and then you still have a great amount of room in what I would call your more traditional pantry, with just some shelves going all the way around your pantry area. I think it's a great space, especially if you have a lot of appliances you want to try to hide, a coffee maker, and you want to keep that off to the side rather than taking up counter space in your kitchen. That Butler's Pantry is perfect. And then we mentioned the size of the island is fantastic. It's huge. I do find from a design standpoint, if you're going to do the waterfall island, maybe doing something with some more veins in the countertop so it provides you that contrast, really draws your eye. At least that's something I would consider if I was paying for the waterfall island. In this specific kitchen, they have a little bit of a busier backsplash, so maybe they didn't want to compete the countertop with the backsplash, which could make sense. Definitely some personal preference in there. And then I like the wide open dining room area where, you know, this is a 6-seater table. We might be able to get away with a little bit bigger table, but I love the windows in here. It really opens up that space. And then with the sliding glass door, which we'll see in a couple minutes in the living room, this patio space feels like it's a part of the house. And I end up saying that a lot, where if you work with builders, I always try to find something with great windows, great options like a sliding glass door, because aftermarket, if you want to put in a pool back here, or I actually have somebody who just designed a pool and then they have a fire pit off to the side and a hot tub and even a pergola like off of the patio space. There's just so many different things that you can do, but what's needed is that foundation is a great floor plan with a great builder. And I think this type of plan really incorporates that outdoor space, which I like a lot. And by the way, we're going to see the second floor balcony later on in the video. I'll give you a full perspective of the community that's here. I do want to mention that we are in a community called Provence, which is in Southwest Austin. It's right off of Hamilton Pool Road, where if you ever want to go to a place when you visit Austin, go to Hamilton Pool. It's beautiful. But what I love about this area is there's rolling hills, great greenery, but still cool elements that I think Austin has been known for. And one of those is like a cool hangout area for just a bunch of food trucks. So a few minutes drive from this community, there were about 8 or 9 food trucks. I just ate at one recently, La Nortina. It was really good. And it's great to see those types of food trucks even in the outskirts of Austin. Now, heading back to the living room here, as you can tell, they have that fireplace design. It does push the TV off to the side, so I always mention that to people when they're considering putting in like a fireplace upgrade is, that can make things sometimes a little bit awkward. It does depend on how you feel on the orientation of your living room, but it's definitely something I would pay attention to. Let's head over to the owner's suite. I love how this is laid out. They have the bathroom first, which we'll get to in a couple minutes, but check out this owner's bedroom. Massive, very deep. I love the windows, ceiling height, and I love this design element that they put on the back wall. Something I would not recommend doing with most builders. Definitely something I would do aftermarket, but I think it's a really cool design to put on that back wall, and then great light fixture. Different things that they did here to make it feel like this is a premium home, and that's what I think Drees Custom Homes is trying to represent, is a luxury home builder, premium home builder. And it's these types of rooms when I walk in that it definitely makes them stand out from the rest. And then wait until you see the owner's bathroom. So while we walk over to the owner's bathroom, they just have a doorway there that's open. Keep in mind, there's a lot of doors that are removed in model homes because there's so much walk-through traffic. So there could be areas where they have doorways in there. But I love what they did here with the windows and the mirrors on one wall, and then you're going to see another vanity with another mirror, and then that large walk-in shower with a freestanding tub in the corner. It's just a good flow of this space. There's tons of natural light coming in, and I like some of the design elements here, like the countertops you'll see on the vanities in a second. One of the design changes they made is they put tile on every wall in this bathroom. So if you look around in this bathroom, which we'll do in a second, I don't think there are any walls that are visible. It's all that tile. That can get very expensive if you do that with a builder, and it's definitely not necessary. But I think that that's a cool design upgrade, and even if you just had that in the walk-in shower, there's not a whole lot of walls around here anyway, just because there's mirrors everywhere, there's windows where there are not mirrors, and I think that combination is just making the room feel much bigger, and then again bring in a lot of natural light, which is great. Let's head over to the owner's closet, and after we go to the owner's closet, there's some other parts of the first story that we'll see here, where there's a study, another bedroom, bathroom, and then we're gonna head over to the second floor, and I'm excited to show that where we're gonna have the game room, media room, and that amazing second floor balcony that has that great view off the back of this home. So still some great parts of this home that we still have to see, but let's get into this owner's closet. I would say a good amount of room here. I mean, for a 4,000 plus square foot home, I would say this is standard size of what I see. If you ever want the size or the space to be more functional, I mentioned this quite a bit. There are a lot of third-party providers after closing can come in and do what they call like a California closet or a full build out in this closet to make the space so much more functional. And that's what I'm seeing a lot of people doing, because usually if builders offer an option, there's going to be more of a premium that's tacked on to a closet build out like that. And there's a lot more options that you can get aftermarket where you don't have to pay that premium. Okay, from here, let's head over to the other side of the first story, which is past the kitchen and dining area, where they have a powder bathroom and a laundry room, and then garage access. And then we'll get to the front of the home and show that study. And this is basically where you would access your garage. That's why you have the mud bench on that left side, because you'd access your garage from here. They currently have this as a 3-car tandem garage. I like that. It gets you that extra storage space, which is great. And then this is the powder bath, where, as you can tell, you can get a busier pattern on the floor tile. Not sure about putting a tile on the wall. Maybe doing something aftermarket would be less expensive, where if unless you really need the tile look, there's probably something you can do aftermarket that's much more affordable. And then this is the laundry room, and as you can tell, they are marketing to dog owners, where they offer a dog wash station in the back left there, which I think is great. I'm not sure if you can put a door that goes to your backyard here all the time. It might be something lot specific because, as you can tell, for this lot they had to put stairs down there. But I do know that they are offering in some communities that dog washing station, which I think is great. And then this laundry room is massive. Even if they don't allow for that door that goes to the backyard, keep in mind you still have the garage door right there that would go from your 3-car tandem garage. If you're walking your dog, maybe they get a little bit muddy, you can just kind of walk through that mud room and head right over to that dog wash, which I think is very cool. Now let's head to the front of the home. We'll cover the rest of the first story here. And while I'm heading there, I want to mention, unfortunately, their study, which is where the builder agent's office is in this model home, was closed because they're currently sold out in this neighborhood, but there's lots of options in other neighborhoods. So that's where you'd access your study. And online, they are talking about optional double doors to get in there. And then again, this would be like if you walk in through the front door, it'd be right on the right side, or if you're looking at the front door like I am, that study would be on the left side. Opposite of the study is the bedroom, and as you can tell, we can go through that and everything else. I like how wide this bedroom is, so if you're concerned about like putting in a bigger bed in here and it's going to go too far out where you can't fit a dresser, I like the size of this. And this is what I think Drees does again that makes them stand out. A lot of builders make this a little bit more cramped and difficult to get in and out. And if you have parents kind of going in and out of here or staying with you, you don't want them going up and down the steps. Really nice to get them a good sized bedroom. And then this is that in-suite full bathroom. Something else that I like, I find what separates a premium builder with other builders that do similar square footage plans is going to be having that separate powder bathroom while still having a bedroom downstairs. It's a spare bedroom with an in-suite full bathroom. So again, if you do have guests staying with you, parents, you don't want them, getting out of the shower or walking across your front door to access their bedroom. It's nice to just have everything in suite. And this is also a pretty good size, closet, I would say, for a spare bedroom. A lot of a great ceiling height. So there's some different options I think you could do there aftermarket to make that space a little bit more functional as well. Let's head upstairs from here. We'll take a look at that game room, media room, second floor balcony, and take a look at the stairwell. This is a really interesting color on flooring, which they have on the second story as well, where it's very light and bright. And they did that on the handrails as well. So let me know what you think about this in the comments. And then while we're heading up there, I want to mention, I've heard from past homeowners where their home is so open concept and they use their game room as like a kids play area. And the one minor complaint they say is that they can hear their kids from everywhere, from when they're cooking in the kitchen and when they're in their study, and so many different things that they kind of complain about because they wanted open concept. It looks good, but they never thought about it from a functional standpoint of living in there. Like, where is going to be the noise control? As you can tell with this home, the game room's on top of the living room, so there's no open to second story. So if you wanted to keep this area a little bit more private, kind of protect the noise, while still having what I think is an open concept home, I think this is a great option because, as you can tell, you have a lot of square footage on this game room. I like what they did here, just kind of putting the round table there with some board games and like a floating standing desk on the side. They even have this, I think it's a Pac-Man arcade game because they have a Pac-Man art on the side there on the wall. So I think it's really cool what they did here. It makes you think like, oh, this is like a gaming room. And then they have a wet bar on the side that even has a microwave. So really cool elements in here, but it's all enclosed. So you're not, sure, you're open to the second story and the foyer, but that foyer is not really leading to anything. And still, even though it's close to the study and the bedroom downstairs, those are still off of, I think, that open to second story space. And then this is the media room. I like this cloth that they have on the right side. Great for absorbing sound, but still looks great as well. And this is a good size media room, and you can kind of see that with the furniture that's here. It's a very large couch that's on the side. And then if you're into making this to a full theater room, I'm going to take a seat on this couch to give you a full perspective of what that looks like. But there's different things you can do with the builder, which is usually pre-wiring for speakers. So as you can see on either side of the TV, they have wall speakers. And then previously, if you saw on the ceiling, there are a couple speakers in there as well. You can do pre-wiring with the builder for like a 5.1 or 7.1.2 Sonos system. where the builder will usually have an electrical company that will, Zoom with you, or you can even meet with them face to face, and then they'll walk you through all the different things that you can do, usually in the media room, but also elsewhere in the house with lighting and outlets, and maybe charging for an EV in your garage. So many different things that you can do there, which is great, especially when building from scratch is finally back. And this is also the great part. So haven't really seen too many balconies on inventory homes, just because it is a pricey upgrade, and then there are only so many unique lots that have this great view of greenery. But when you do get it, I'm very excited to now see that come back, where lots like this opening up, you can start to imagine yourself putting a second floor balcony like this out there. And I really love this balcony. The size is massive. You see some lawn chairs that are at the end of the balcony there. You see some furniture on the inside. And then even below this in the patio, you have a grill. So what a fantastic house to really enjoy that outdoor area. And to get views like this, again, we are in a community called Provence, which is in southwest Austin. And if you look at the western corridor of Austin, turn on Google Maps and click on that terrain button on the satellite image, and you'll see all the beautiful terrain that's along that western part of Austin. And I keep saying Austin, but keep in mind there are various suburbs that have those hills. It goes all the way up to the northwest part of Austin, like Liberty Hill. Leander has beautiful views, Lago Vista, Jonestown, all the way out to Marble Falls. And then you have the western part of Austin, which is kind of like Westlake, and then Lakeway and Bee Cave, Dripping Springs. There are just so many different suburbs that incorporate these hills, and so you can get some beautiful views like what you just saw in many different parts around Austin. And then getting back to the plan, we have 3 bedrooms upstairs. This bedroom is what they're offering currently as a structural upgrade, so it does add square footage to the plan. They're offering this 5th bedroom with an in-suite full bathroom, which would take the home to 5.5 bathrooms. So of course, if you did not do this room, which by the way, they have staged as kind of like a photo studio and study, but you could easily use this as just a bedroom. As you can tell, it has a closet, has an in-suite full bathroom. I think they were just trying to, have some fun there with design and kind of incorporate that work from home environment that we're currently in. And then here is the full bathroom in suite. So love some of the upgrades that they did here, like the tile all the way up to the ceiling, and that straight cut makes it look a little bit more modern. Keep in mind though, you're probably gonna have this bath curtain closed, so it's not something that I would pour money into unless you really value having that tile there for whoever's in there using the bathtub. So that's definitely up to you. I like how this is private from the other bedrooms. So the other bedrooms are going to be next to each other with 2 full bathrooms off of each bedroom. But this bedroom, if you want something a little bit more private from everywhere else, as you can tell, it's kind of tucked in on the side. And then once you exit, you got the front door right over there. You have that nice plant shelf above the front door that draws your eyes up as you go back to the front door, possibly with guests. And then on this side, we have 2 bedrooms, both with in-suite full bathrooms. And with that in mind, I want to mention, what a lot of people look at when they're looking at builders is they look at base prices. And one of the first things I tell clients when they first reach out to me is, don't look at any base prices, because they can be very deceiving. Some builders, like Drees, include a lot in their base prices. Like if you look at a lot of their plans, they have a lot of in-suite full bathrooms, whereas with other builders, that's a $10,000 or $15,000 or $20,000 upgrade to put in that bathroom. With Drees, that can be different. Where like this plan, currently what they're offering are 2 bedrooms on this side with both in-suite full bathrooms. And so what my point I'm trying to make is, don't pay attention to base prices. Instead, work with a realtor who knows pricing, knows what lot premiums are in various communities, and can give you final prices. Because to give you an example, I've had a buyer build around 4,000 square feet. They put $200,000 in upgrades with one builder. With another builder, That buyer with 4,000 square feet only put in $53,000 in upgrades. And the difference is there was a lot already included with one builder, and that's why we didn't really have to put in too much in upgrades. Now the base prices, of course, were very different across builders, but I was able to tell them, hey, pricing's around the same thing because one builder is already offering a lot in their base. So I hope that makes sense. And when it comes to pricing, people keep asking in the comments, pricing, what's the final price? I can't keep up with all the videos and post pricing in all the different various communities and then keep updating it over time because it constantly keeps changing. So you just have to work with a great realtor, as I was saying before. So with that in mind, one thing I'll mention is my information's in the description of this video. I do a lot of business around the Austin area, but if you are looking at other parts of the United States, let me know. I've been able to connect other clients with great realtors across the country, and then even in Austin, if I think your criteria is a better fit for one of my realtor partners, I'll be honest and upfront with you and connect you with them. So with that in mind, if you like this Drees model home and you want to see another walkthrough, click on the thumbnail that's appeared on your screen. And if you've watched the video this far, support the channel by liking the video and subscribe to the channel. I do model home walkthroughs like this on a weekly basis, and better videos are coming soon. Hope this helps. Take care.